Hello, welcome to Worksest. Today is the first video in a series of videos I want to do about sense making. So I'm going to get into talking about reframing and doing that for other people, doing it for yourself. But first I want to do a video talking about what I mean when I say sense making and why I'm starting there. So I use sense making in the user experience research and cognitive science meaning. Where it's the process by which people try to make sense of the world around them, where they take what they knew before and what they're seeing in front of them or currently experiencing and try to figure it out. So when it comes to user experience research, this is something like knowing what you know about doors and coming up to a new one and deciding whether to push or pull. And some doors do a better job minimizing the sense making you need to do than others. So good user experience or user-centered design is trying to minimize sense-making. Now, why am I talking about this for leadership? Well, people are trying to make sense of your leadership, of your actions, and your organization and your culture. So we want to do the same thing. We want to minimize the sense-making that has to go on. We want to make it as easy as possible for people to try to figure out what they need to do and why you're saying what you're saying. I'll go back to an example that I used before, doing a performance review. If you come into a performance review and you have not discussed the metrics that they're going to be judged on, the kinds of things you're looking for, how you've rated their performance in the past, if they're just coming in blind, they all of a sudden have to engage in a lot of sense making to try to figure out what's going on, unless you happen to get lucky and they've already decided that their performance is the same that you've thought about it. So instead, what you can do is make sure that your employees know this is what I'm going to be rated on. You have all those nice SMART goals that you prepared in advance and you stick to them. But you also have taken the time to follow through with them to make sure that they know what you think about their performance before you come into the performance review. And there's lots of ways to do this. You can do interim reviews where you're checking in with them halfway through or a quarter of the way through. You can also do the week out ritual that I spoke about in another video where you're checking in with them each week. You know, the kinds of things that they're feeling they did well, and they're knowing whether or not you value those or if they maybe misunderstood what their performance was like. So hopefully this video made sense to you and you didn't have to work really hard to try to figure out what I was talking about, but also hopefully it will provide some context to help you with your sense making in my next couple of videos where I talk about the reframing and how to deliver news to people when you're working with them. So if you liked what I had to say, please leave a like or comment below. You can find me on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter, and the information for that is going to be at the end of the video or on worksest.net. I look forward to hearing from you.